If you're in the B2B world, you know the feeling, right? Trying to prove your marketing is actually working can feel, well, a little chaotic. So in this explainer, we're diving into an agency called OutVenture. They claim they found a way to turn all that complexity into simple, repeatable growth. Let's break down how they say they do it.
So, here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with the big challenge B2B marketers face. Then we'll look at OutVenture's mission, their growth architecture, that's the how, and the actual tools they use. And of course, we'll get to the results, the numbers, before we wrap it all up. Sound good? Let's go.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the problem they're setting out to solve. For so many B2B companies, marketing feels exactly like this. You're pouring time, money, and effort into it, but you still feel like you're just wandering around, totally lost.
I mean, does this sound familiar? You're doing all the things you're supposed to do, but when you try to draw a straight line from your marketing spend to actual revenue, that line gets pretty tangled, right? It's a massive headache in the B2B space.
And this is where OutVenture wants to step in. They position themselves as more than just another agency. They want to be your guide out of that maze. And here it is, their mission statement. It's a pretty bold promise, but the two words to really focus on are simple and repeatable. This isn't about a one-off campaign that hits big. It's about building a system that delivers again and again.
So what's their secret sauce? Well, it starts with saying no to the whole one-size-fits-all approach. Instead of just spraying and praying, they are laser-focused on 4 key industries: SaaS, logistics, manufacturing, and startups. And because they live and breathe these niches, they can go from "we hope this works" to "we can actually forecast the results."
Okay, so that's the big idea, but let's get into the nuts and bolts. How do they actually pull this off? Let's look at the engine they've built to make it happen.
They call it their end-to-end marketing architecture. I know, it sounds a little corporate, but the idea behind it is actually super straightforward. Think of it like a perfectly connected machine. Every single part of the marketing process, from planning to creation to sales, is linked up so that nothing gets lost and everything can be measured.
And this breaks down into 3 really practical steps. First, no guesswork. They only use marketing channels that are already proven to work for your specific industry. Second, they focus on creating real content. We're talking videos and posts from the actual people at your company, which, builds way more trust. And the last piece of the puzzle? They plug it all right into your CRM, so you can see, clear as day, how your marketing dollars are turning into actual sales. No more mystery.
All right, we've seen the how. Now let's peek inside their toolbox and see the what, the specific services they're using to get the job done.
Everything they do fits into 4 main categories. You've got outbound, which is all about reaching out to new customers. Inbound, which is about drawing them to you. Retention, which is crucial for keeping the customers you already have. And growth solutions, which is the foundational stuff like web development and lead generation. And this table really brings their whole philosophy to life. Look at that. The core tools, cold email, LinkedIn, PPC, SEO, are the same across the board. They're not scrambling to invent a new strategy for every client. They have a proven playbook, and they expertly apply it to the unique challenges of SaaS, logistics, manufacturing, and startups. It's all about disciplined execution.
Okay, so a great system sounds good on paper, but the real question is, does it actually work? This is where the rubber meets the road. Let's look at some real results.
First up, let's talk about a B2B SaaS client of theirs called Globee. They had a problem that I'm sure a lot of software companies can relate to, just trying to get noticed and drive some real organic traffic.
And the results? Using their focused SEO approach, they cranked up Globee's traffic to between 10 and 50,000 visitors every single month. For a B2B company, that isn't just vanity metrics. That's a fire hose of potential customers flowing right into their funnel.
Okay, let's switch gears to logistics. For a client named Global Forwarding, the goal wasn't just traffic. They needed a predictable stream of quality sales leads they could count on. And by plugging them into their system, OutVenture started delivering 30 to 40 brand new leads every single month. See? That's the repeatable promise in action. It's a steady pipeline the sales team can build their forecasts around.
Sticking with logistics for a second, here's a different challenge. A company called Duke Active was trying to break into a totally new market. You know what that means? Every single dollar had to work as hard as possible. And boy, did they get efficiency. Their Google Ads campaign brought in leads from web forms for just $55 a piece. Now, anyone who's ever run B2B ads knows that in a competitive space, that is a fantastic number.
And for our last piece of proof, let's head over to the manufacturing world.
A client named Cuda Auto Parts didn't want to just sit back and wait for business. They needed to go out and get it.
So OutVenture's outbound campaigns started generating over 15 interested replies from new companies each month. That's more than 15 new doors opening for their sales team every single month.
So we've seen the problem, the mission, the system, and the proof. What's the big takeaway here? What does all of this really mean for a business that's hungry for growth? Really, it all boils down to this. OutVenture is making a bet on structure. They're offering to take the chaos and uncertainty of B2B marketing and replace it with a clear, industry-focused, data-driven system that's built from the ground up to be repeatable.
And that kind of leaves us with a final question to think about. Maybe, just maybe, in a world with a million different marketing tactics, the real secret to success isn't finding the next shiny new thing. Maybe it's just having the discipline to commit to a proven system that works.